scrapbookers and creative friends. A heartfelt welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. Today, I am all about hearts, and that's what I want to talk about, designs that I've created, pages, embellishments, and borders using hearts as a theme. It's almost Valentine's Day, and these some of these embellishments particularly root from some activities I used to do with my primary students where around Valentine's Day, we'd make animals and all kinds of designs out of hearts. Teachers out of the classroom, but the classroom's not out of the teacher. You all who are teachers will understand what I'm talking about. In any case, I first want to show you what inspired me, besides my little critters and things that I used to do in my primary classroom. But I want to show you the punches and the papers and so forth. So let's get started. The primary paper packs that I used for what pieces I had left were the Happy Together, which is our current Creative Memories current Valentine paper packet. However, it's sold out now, but will be returning, I believe, at the end of this month or during the month of February. So if you're taking Valentine pictures, no worries. You can get the paper after the holiday. I also still had some Sweet on You papers and some of the embellishments left, and this was last year's paper pack. And of course, as always, I use coordinating cardstock, and you'll see that how I've used them with some of the designs. Now, these are the punches. What I did was I just looked at my punches. What punches do I have that have hearts on them? Because that was just my theme. So I did use this brocade chain and wispy chain, mainly because I just like those designs. So I think I used both of them. I'm for sure I used this one, but you'll see some designs that I created with those. Here's the camera, the Shutter Love, the camera with the heart. And this is one of my all-time favorites, the scalloped hearts, because it does have this stays on the paper, so you can cut it whatever thickness you wish. But I like that it has a little extra embellishment there on the hearts. So these are the Border Maker cartridges that I use. Then I have this one, the Heart to Heart, another little fun border. This is so beautiful, the Infinity Heart, one of my favorites, the little filigreed hearts. Individual punches, I use heart, the camera with the heart, love, and then this one, which is like a little collection of hearts together. Now, you may or may not have this, or may or may not have seen this. This was the Hearts and Stars 4-way corner punch, and I did use this, and you'll see it on a mat that I created, the little heart punch on the corner as a special kind of quarter rounder. I did pick up the custom cutting system. We have these beautiful hearts that you can use the outside, and by changing which blade you use, you can vary the sizes. So I use that. I also use the oval, and then it's going to sound strange, but I went to my drawer of hearts, my drawer of punched out hearts. I have these, when I do any of these that have this wonderful heart confetti, I do keep them. So I have many of these, so I can add, embellish, use those for designs. And then again, I'll punch multiples and then keep not only the confetti, but the outside. So I went to my my drawer of hearts, and I picked out some of those to use as well. And of course, as always, I use my 12-inch trimmer to cut frames and so forth. Repositionable tape runner was very valuable, especially when you have some of these cutout designs. So without further ado, let's get on with it and let's look at my designs. Now, you might be familiar with the Sweetheart recipe template that we have, and I have a page to show you that's another page that I already had made, but I want to share it again in case you have not seen it. And when you do the recipe template, you can focus on different sections. You can just focus on the hearts, or you can focus on the part outside the hearts, but this is what I used, and this was for a February calendar page. So rather than use all of these designs and cut them out, I just used some of those punched hearts that I had, and I cut these with the special scissors, which are coming back in the kids kits, and just used that as kind of a base for me to add all of my hearts for February on this particular one. This was with the recipe template. Here's another variation, and this was just using hearts and making kind of a quilt. I used squares, and then not only did I used the negative space and the positive space. When I punched out, there's the punch out, and then there is the square, that the negative space left. But that again was another variation for a different February page. Now, taking inspiration from little animals that I had made with my students. Here I have a ladybug and a butterfly, and you can see that I used, this was that pop-out punch, and I punched it in different colors and then added the hearts in. Because we know butterfly wings, insect wings are symmetrical, so we have to make sure they're symmetrical. That's what I did. So this is where my drawer of hearts comes in handy to add heart embellishments to different things. So there's some critters, but then just for an embellishment, you can do something like this. This is custom cutting system hearts. Here's that border maker cartridge, the brocade chain, which is really pretty, and rather than put it straight across, I did it at an angle. Embellishments from the new not Sweet on You, that was last year. The new heart one, the new Valentine one, and then very old paper. Some of you might recognize little chocolate Be Mine, but very nice embellishment. And if you don't want to put anything else on your page, you can just mat some photos and put these embellishments. Now, I wanted to share this with you for two different reasons. This was a page that I used in our Puppies and Pocket Pets album, but I want you to see that I used the punch-out hearts and made that as a base for the letters for our sweet Kimmy. Our puppy Kim, and this was a Sweet on You pre-made frame, which is just adorable. And of course, when you have such a lovely subject, there it is. Now, Kimmy, you notice, has always that one floppy ear. So I did make a little puppy out of hearts for her. This is supposed to be Kimmy, and that's why we have the little floppy ear. But, you know, these kind of things are so much fun because there's no right or wrong way. You just do what makes you happy. Use what you have. But there's our sweet Kimmy. And we were the house of pocket pets. So on this one, I have Dora, my bunny Dora, and Sonic the Hedgehog. These were our pets, but I also took them to my science lab. The students learned so much from observing. They never cleaned the cages. That was my job. But they learned an awful lot from just being around these sweet animals. So I made a bunny for Dora, and then the hedgehog, that was a little tricky. Sonic, and made little spines. They have spines. They're not quills, they're called spines. So I made those as well. But again, all with a heart theme because we love our animals. So here's my first page. I have quite a few single pages, but remember, if it's a design that you like and you want a double page, you just mirror the same thing and just make a second page to match. This is an old paper, an old CM paper. Both of these are older papers. I have this on the pink shimmer, but I have used the custom cutting system, and this was this was the outside with the red blade. So these are the actual sizes of the templates, but these are be great mats for photos, and you can cut your photos. You could cut them again with the heart, or you could also just make an oval or another shape that would fit inside there. Even just a little 2x3 would work in there nicely. Here's my next design on cardstock. I did it on kind of a lavender cardstock. And here's our two border chains up here. I decided to double it at the top, and then I mimicked it at the bottom. Some heart paper, and then here's that other, which one is that? Oh, the wispy chain. Such a pretty design. I already have my photo mats here, ready to go. A couple of embellishments from this year's popped up on foam squares. Those are ready to go. Here's another one, the last page. Oh, it's the Happy Together. I can remember the name. I should. Happy Together. So that is the Happy Together paper, and this is the flip side. And what I decided to do here's that heart chain that I love, and I cut that for the top and the bottom, added some strips on there just to kind of tone down those stripes. But then on the heart, I made the large hearts, again, cut with the custom cutting system, and then made this one and cut it in half so that it gives it some motion as it goes off the side. Here's some of my little punched out hearts, embellishments at the base. This is from last year, Sweet on You, with the chocolates and the strawberries. Here's my next one on bright pink cardstock. And this one, these are embellishments from this year's Happy Together, and some of the little enameled hearts that they have. Here's that punch with the camera with the little heart in the middle. And then this is what I was talking about on this beautiful little corner on the hearts and stars. This little corner. I know this is not available anymore. I hope they bring something like this back. But what a nice touch that is. I did round the base paper before I did to put it on here so that it would show up better. But it's so nice that you can use that negative space to make the design. Very simple. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring this template. This is that custom cutting system, that funky little wavy square that we have. Here's how I use the oval. And these, you might recognize some old Miss Grossman stickers. And then this is that punch. Now this one, I took that Border Maker cartridge, this one, the scalloped hearts, and I just overlapped them in the corners to make it like a frame around there. Put it on some strips of the blue as well. And I cut this oval out of the same I think it's Island Waters perhaps, but then because I love the colors together, that pink and that beautiful blue together. Then on the oval, I made another pink frame, and then I just put stickers around the edge. This 5x7 will fit here beautifully. So I'm thinking I want to use some of these album pages that have all the hearts on them for my album, that People We Love, because these will be ideal for that. Okay, one more single page, and I'm so happy with the way this turned out. I definitely could double this. So what I did was I used this cartridge, the Shutter Love cartridge, and I punched it out in the middle, but I left the corners. And by doing that, I had this nice little corner that I could use a different punch to make a special design on each corner. I am super happy with this. I love this. I think I will make a double page of this. And this is on that crimson cardstock. The last page is my double page, and it's kind of the same idea. Funny story, I messed up when I was punching this, and I punched right to the end. So I thought, okay, great. Well, I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to use it. So I decided that I would do the 3 here. I didn't add any hearts. Oops, sorry. I could add hearts perhaps, but I left it like that. It's just a little bit busy, but I could always add something here. But the beauty of this is that you could put it like this, but I think it would be flexible to also put like this because the cameras are on their side anyway. But look at how much space there are for matted or unmatted photos in the middle. But just by using this a little bit differently, not cutting it all the way to the edge. Fun. So now let me share some borders. If you've been following me, you know I like to look at my punches and papers and things in a different way. So I decided I wanted to use this Shutter Love, the same Shutter Love, and rather than just use it as a border, I just took a strip of pink cardstock and then that crimson, and I put these on here. And you know, when you run them off the edge, it gives it some motion on there. So you take it over the edge and then you just turn it over and snip it off with scissors. A little bit of fussy cutting, no big deal. But that's a really cute little border for a page. Here's another one. This was another one of those. Was this Happy Together? Yeah, I didn't have very many pieces of this left, so I had to be creative. So this is the Happy Together, and I cut it smaller than the base cardstock. Added some from my drawer of hearts, my drawer full of hearts. I put some. This is the shimmer paper here, an old Miss Grossman sticker popped up on foam squares, but and embellishments from Happy Together. Here, and I'm making vertical borders. Are you proud of me? Okay, so here I decided to combine some blue with this. This is an old CM paper from a few years ago. It might have been from Be Mine or something like that. But in any case, this gorgeous heart to heart, is that what it's called, heart to heart? Yeah, no, infinity heart, sorry. Infinity heart. I like that border, and then picked up on that tone of blue, but a little bit different with the punch out hearts. And I just used the design on the paper to help me place them on there. So there's a vertical border. Now let's go horizontal borders. This was also the Be Mine. I added a strip of paper and then did the punch out and punched this with one of the arches. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the border punches, any border punch will do, that you put a little design on there, and then added the blue. That pink and blue, I think it's just so pretty together. Whoops. And now let's do some double borders. Okay, you can see this one I did design for a double page border, and you could use it this way where the hearts meet in the middle, or you could do it this way as well. Either way, very flexible, but very simple. I just added a strip of blue, and then I used this brocade chain and the punch out hearts. You know, sometimes you can use both pieces, and sometimes just use part of it. Very nice. Okay, and the last one, let's take a look at that. This one's pretty flexible, I think. I did it as a, I think I started thinking of it as a horizontal border. Could be a horizontal border, either way, because you've got these on their side, or you could do it as a vertical border. Try to be flexible with that. And you can see this is the punched out, the little punched out hearts, and then I took the confetti from there. This one is called Full of Love. Yeah, so on the Full of Love, punched it out and then used those punch outs to make like a butterfly heart in the middle. Very simple, but a very nice border to enhance your pages. Before I sign off, I just want to show you this, that I cut some of my scraps of paper. I decided to go ahead and cut them in 4x4 and in 4x6, whatever sizes I have, because remember, you can add to just a plain cardstock in the color of the holiday. You can add some mats for your photos. You do have to, of course, trim your photos to be just a little bit smaller than whatever the size is. That works well for using the designer paper and making mats for your photos, but then also custom cutting system. I have all these pieces cut that I'm ready to use. If I wanted to put my photos in there or put my journaling on there, go ahead and pre-cut while you have your custom cutting system out. Get those ready, and then you're good to go to add some enhancement to your pages. Well, thanks so much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed some of these designs. I hope it inspires you to make some heartfelt designs for your albums, either pages or borders, or just enhancements and frames for your photos. If you have any questions or comments, please put those in the comments below. In my descriptions, I will put links for my website, Linda Scrapbooking Station, also for my Creative Memories website. If you have an advisor, please shop with your advisor. If you don't have an advisor, pick me. I would love for you to shop with me, and I would love to help you create your albums, get that family history documented. Until next time, happy scrapbooking.